Have you ever wondered if the history you learned in school is the whole story? What if I told you that behind the grand tapestry of empires, wars, and revolutions, there are hidden threads woven by secret societies, groups that have shaped our world from the shadows? Their influence felt but their faces rarely seen. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on some of the most powerful and mysterious organizations in history. Get ready, because the truth is often stranger than fiction. Let's start with a name many of you know, the Freemasons. You might picture men in aprons with secret handshakes, but their legacy is far deeper. During the Age of Enlightenment, Masonic lodges became intellectual hubs. Thinkers like Voltaire, Benjamin Franklin, and George Washington were all members. These weren't just social clubs. They were places where radical ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity were discussed freely, away from the prying eyes of monarchies and the church. The very principles that fueled the American and French revolutions were nurtured within these lodges. Their influence wasn't in overt power, but in shaping the minds that would go on to shape nations. Now, let's talk about the Illuminati. Thanks to movies and novels, their name has become synonymous with a sinister global conspiracy aiming for a new world order. But what's the reality? The original Bavarian Illuminati was a real group, founded in 1776 by a professor named Adam Weishaupt. Their goal: to oppose superstition, religious influence over public life, and the abuse of state power. They were radical thinkers, but they were also short-lived. The society was infiltrated and shut down by the Bavarian government in just a decade. So, is a secret cabal of Illuminati still pulling the strings today? The historical evidence says no. The myth, however, has proven far more powerful and enduring than the group itself, tapping into our deepest fears about hidden control. Let's journey further back to the era of the Crusades and the Knights Templar. These warrior monks were one of the wealthiest and most powerful Christian military orders of the Middle Ages. They established the world's first international banking system and commanded a massive fleet. But on Friday, October 13th, 1307, everything changed. King Philip IV of France, deeply in debt to the order, had hundreds of Templars arrested and accused of heresy. They were brutally tortured, and eventually the order was disbanded by the Pope. But did they truly vanish? Legends persist that the Templars went underground, smuggling their vast treasure and sacred relics, like the Holy Grail, to secret locations. Some believe they resurfaced as other secret societies, continuing their work in the shadows. Their sudden disappearance remains one of history's most tantalizing unsolved mysteries. These historical groups are fascinating, but what about modern hidden networks? Secret societies today might look less like a medieval order and more like an exclusive club, such as the Bilderberg Group or Bohemian Grove. These are not ancient conspiracies, but real, annual gatherings of some of the most influential people in politics, finance, industry, and media. While they claim these are simply private discussions, the secrecy surrounding them naturally fuels speculation. When the world's elite meet behind closed doors, it's hard not to wonder if the policies that affect all of us are being shaped in those rooms far from public accountability. So, why are we so captivated by these stories? It comes down to a fundamental human desire, the craving for secret knowledge. The idea that there's a hidden truth, a key that unlocks the real workings of the world, is incredibly compelling. It makes us feel like we're in on something special. Secret societies represent the ultimate insider information. They tap into our suspicion that powerful forces are at play beyond our comprehension, and in a complex and often chaotic world, these narratives can provide a sense of order, even if it's a sinister one. They give us a story to explain the unexplainable. From the philosophical ideals of the Freemasons to the enduring myth of the Illuminati, secret societies have left an undeniable mark on our world, both in reality and in our collective imagination. They remind us that history is not always what it seems, and that power can take many forms. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the shadows. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. What topic should we explore next? Let me know in the comments below. See you next time.